Hello and welcome. Welcome to this month's Walk and Talk in Nature. And you can see directly that this walk and talk is going to be slightly different. And it introduces a whole difference that's coming your way, our way in this community in the coming months. So here I am, instead of being out in the wilderness and up in the mountains or deep in the forest or sitting by the river, I'm actually in the gardens of Lovitel Lodge. And for me, I'm hoping this is going to symbolize this shift, which is really digging deeper into our relationship with nature, to include us and embrace us in our understanding of nature, so that we can move towards creating a more harmonious relationship, a harmonious way of being with our businesses. Lovitel Lodge is obviously my business, and part of the extension of that, or the evolution of that, has been the still point, which you can now see behind me here, where there is at this very moment a yoga retreat. And I've just seen them all take in something from the garden, some living or some autumnal color, something that drew them, that will symbolize and represent for them their experience here this weekend. I'm imagining that's what's happening there. And if the red of the caban is a symbol of our high summer, that's where everything happens, serving in the garden, a cafe, bar and restaurant. Very busy time in the high summer, especially on a beautiful day like this. And how does that integrate with this notion of wanting to be out in nature? And for me, it's a really important piece, the garden, that people come and enjoy the rest and the savouring and the sharing of their experience. Most of them have probably already walked to the lake, and it's on their way down that they stop. Some come just to be able to eat outside in a beautiful environment. So here I'm really looking at what is it that's our relationship. So there's the hammock. Is it going to show you the hammock? Just about. Which is very much a symbol of relaxation and rest. But also our relationship with nature is about invigoration and inspiration, and recreation. More than recreation, recreation of how we choose to live our lives and the impact that we have for ourselves, on others, and also with the planet. So I'm walking you down now towards what I call the secret garden. So it's through an archway, and the still point is now behind us. And this is the newest space, so it's undeveloped. It's got some ideas. There's a flat area here for outdoor yoga, representing the same space, but you can see the forest behind as well. And right down the end of the garden, there's a little cabin which is in the process of being transformed into a space where you really can be very close to nature and live a simplistic time, to take time really connecting with nature and living very simply, but not out in the wilderness, not doing a bivouac, nothing extreme, still where it's comfortable, just to be able to sink in to that sense of being a part of nature. I think for me, that was always required me to go out and do something extreme, to let go all of that humanity, almost. And here we're looking at, so how do I bring those together? How do we bring those together so that we become once again really a part of nature, not separate from nature, not a part from nature, but a part of nature. So here, this is all an experiment, how to redesign our way of living. And here you'll see, kind of looks like a wilderness right now. Oops. Still not an expert at this. And that's the whole point here. We're not experts at it yet, of how to integrate all our creativity and all that we do and all that we have into something that is harmonious and gives back to the earth as much as we receive from the earth. And here is my first attempt as a permaculture. And you can see it's a bit of a wilderness. I haven't quite got that balance of, I can't even describe it because I don't know it. And that's right where we are right now with redesigning our relationship with nature. Here is an attempt to respect the soil, to create an ecosystem so there's a diversity of plants. It's not a monoculture. There's a huge range of plants, but a lot of plants doing their own thing. And so it's not really supporting the lodge in any way. The lodge is supporting it, creating the space, putting time and effort into it, but we haven't got that balance. And this is what we're all in the process of exploring, discovering, trying things out, failing, in effect. No, it's the first attempt. There's been beautiful moments where we have taken fruit and vegetables and herbs particularly, but it's not quite friendly enough. It's really hard to find the stuff, and I've tried to keep the moisture in that ecosystem with allowing other plants to grow around, but then everything gets lost. And we're in this process now of working out what works. You can understand when you start doing a permaculture, a bio-permaculture, obviously, why agriculture went the way it did. The effort was to create more and more. And here's a piece that we are really beginning to understand. Less is more. Less is more. Just being here in these beautiful environments is enough. I don't need anything complicated. I just need to give myself permission to truly be here in these extraordinary environments, to truly just be totally present with a flower in the garden, or with the colours of autumn, or the sounds of kicking up leaves as you run down a leafy path through the forest. Simple things, simple pleasures, ways of being that aren't complicated, that aren't at all demanding, except of our choosing to be there, our choosing to take the time simply to be in nature, to recognise its extraordinary capacities, and at the same time recognising ours. So I am really curious this coming month. Have a great day, have a great week. Watch out because there's new stuff coming. It won't be, I think I've said enough for today. Stay curious. Bye.